Alright, we finally got it done. You think she really needs more of that after her man died at sea? But what do I do then? What if I told you it's actually possible to go on a date sober? I'm listening. Before, recorded history, men and women were able to do simple, very primitive things together sober, acknowledge the situation and keep it basic. I'm a drunk. Don't know if you've noticed, so I usually ask people to drink with me. I have, and I don't really, she hesitates. You just want to go for a walk. What kind of monster doesn't want to go for a walk? Walks are innocent. Lillian, walk with me. Just a walk? She feigns extreme surprise. I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent preambulator. Yes. Please come to a sober walk with me. She's thinking, eyes mapping your rugged features. Where would this walk take us, officer? Nothing creepy, stranger out there. Keep it airy and simple. There's a nice view on the beach I found. Land's End? Point northwest. Alright, I'll walk with you. She raises her finger. But you need to understand that nothing is going to happen. We're just walking. Just a good old-fashioned walk. I like it. Me too, she replies with sudden sincerity. It's been ages when I had a normal conversation with one of you guys. She means men. Alright, I'll go put the kids to bed. We'll meet at Land's End in 15 minutes. She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready. Alright, we got ourselves a date. And the game is slowly moving in a direction. Oh, she left the scene, I see. And now it's slowly zooming in on our character. Okay, we're back in control. Let's go. We have to go to Land's End. It's a bit of a walk. It's weird that we invited her for a walk to Land's End, or meeting her at Land's End. That's just weird. That's okay, though. It's also extremely dark out here. I hope she's not murdery. Must be out here somewhere. Oh, right, there's the bomb shelter door. Okay. That's the thing we have to do in the morning. Or we'll work on it in the morning anyways. Did we ever check this last trap? I think we did, right? Yep. Good thing to check while we're out here. Is that her there? Yeah, I think that's her. Okay. Let's save. The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her dark hair and lets it fall again, tousled, wild. She brushes a few stray locks from her eyes, and only then spots you approaching.
Aye, so here you are. It's late and it's raining. The water is cold. Ice cold.
She puts her hands out and lets the rain fall on her palms.
Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End? This is what locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimples.
She turns to face the sea once more. Her thoughts are still elsewhere, with distances across the water, and with the water itself. Across the rusty water, that's the Delta, the financial district. In the mist-covered distance, towers rise as a rebuke to the poverty of this coast. You seem surprised that I made it. She chuckles. Drinking men are known for keeping their appointments. I wouldn't miss it for the world. The world, she laughs. Those big words men like to throw around as though they had weight. Let's just admire this piece of the world we happen to have in front of us, eh? She nods to you, a playful glint in her eyes. She turns back to the sea. The weather begins to clear under her steady gaze. Here it comes, she says. So fast as to make it seem like the weather turns at her command. Wait, did you just do that? Me? No, she laughs. Just grew up on the sea. Know which way the wind's blowing at all. Knew the weather would clear up once we got here, otherwise it would have been a less pleasant stroll, nay? The remains of the dying sun are reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay. Your mind clears for a moment as your senses take it all in. Not just the glass skyscrapers, fragile looking in the shimmering air, River Esperance flowing into the bay. Isn't it strange, she breaks the silence abruptly, for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the best time to go out fishing is usually towards sunset, when the water is warmer. The sun also falls on the Cape-side tenements and war-torn ruins. An old sea fortress juts out, seemingly impervious to the sheen cast over everything else, shaking you out of your reverie. The sun isn't always that great. Think of the people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water. Is that why you named your boat the Sun? Oh, that was a bit of a pride and a bit of superstition, and a bit of conceptualized unity too, it being yellow and all. Not sure desert people are happy with too much sunlight. Now you're just nitpicking, she smiles, but I concede. Maybe desert people sometimes disagree. Just enjoy the view. There's salt in the air and the cries of the gulls and the skuas, the grit of sand, which is coarse and rough and gets everywhere, and the green glint of broken bottles, but still, your gaze always returns to the streaks of light, wherever they may be reflected, their fading opulence. It's bringing us spring, summer, it's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organization or government. How can that be? Because it's not human. Humans betray you. Do they? Some of them do, but she shrugs. Sounds to me like you should choose your allies better, that's all. There's an interesting lilt in your voice. Thank you. I am half Ubi. My mother is from Ubi Sunt. Not a lot of sun there, I hear, though I've never been. Do you wish we were out there fishing right now? I always do. I like that. Or I like it. It's like being on another planet, a water planet, with water worries and water joys. We only have a 42% chance. We can always reload, I guess. Let's try it. We did it, though. Here we go. 2 different approaches to cap this off with style. Well, we can't stare into the sun. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's definitely gone. Yeah, a massive thermonuclear reaction 5 billion years old. The sun is a god. Aye, she nods, and a benevolent one. When did you last have one of those on your side? In my early 20s, maybe? Well, now you have that giant thing to watch over you, so to hell with youth, she smiles. You know, the wind's gonna pick up soon, and I have to go, but she takes her sword out of the scabbard. The blade shines in the gathering dark. She hands it to you. Have this. The sun's good, but it doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore. Think we can do this again sometime? She smiles sadly. Doubt it, but thanks for the company. This is as far as it goes with her. You need to put a year between you and your last drink for anything more. Are you sure you don't need the sword? I look at it. No. The men around here are too drunk to pose a threat to me. Thank you for coming on this walk with me. I conclude. Farewell. She nods to you and turns to go. I have no idea what time we're at in this video. At all. Like, literally none. Maybe like 18 minutes or so? I don't know. As she walks off, the wind picks up, and the light from the sun seems to fade. The crumbling silhouette of failed electrical R&D tower is in the distance, beckoning. Alright. We got a sword. Well, I mean, I'm gonna put the sword on, obviously. That is a cool... Wait, it doesn't have a sheath. Are we just carting around a sword? We should probably find a sheath for that. That seems a little dangerous. Probably. Alright, we're gonna go to bed, I think. So we did have a dream. I had to turn the music off really quickly because I always get a copyright strike in these dream sequences. It's really annoying. I haven't lost any of them, but it's just a pain. So I turned the music off for this dream sequence. Like a deftly cast fishing net, sleep pulls you out of the world and into its dark shore. The rough mesh chafes, then tightening around you, it digs into your brain. Great, this is going to be really chill. How have things been going for you out there? Helped anyone lately? Saved anyone lately? Murdered anyone lately? The bastard isn't even listening to you.
Because you know you are a murderer. A disco music listening psycho killer who offs poor people. And then forgets about it.
Okay, so I'm a murderer and that's bad.
Hear that? He doesn't even flinch. Iceman doesn't care about killing people. That's nothing to him. Blackwater, under the bridge. The thing he's really scared of is much, much worse than that.
What is it?
Don't tell him, sister. It's too bad.
Why are you doing this? I just want to sleep. I can almost see the dark.
We're trying to help you. All these processes, these tortures, voices and tremors are all just distractions, flares and countermeasures. to keep you from the last dream. The worst of them all.
The last dream?
The last dream will be total annihilation. Cinders peeling off the fuselage. We won't be there to help you anymore, Harry. We will be dormant. You will be naked and alone.
Her face forms in summertime.
In hell. An ancient sadness, brother. 10,000 years later, in front of the video rental, there is a warm breath on your face again. Everything is okay again.
Everything is so okay.
Doesn't sound like it will be okay.
Your eyelids flutter open for a moment. When you close them again, you sense the light of the room around you. You're back. In 2 seconds, the alarm will ring.
The last thought in your head before waking is, maybe you shouldn't have seen that stained glass window in the church. Open my eyes. Alright, well that was an interesting little dream sequence, but now it's time to go and desperately try and open that door. It's going to suck so much. I kind of shake my head back and forth. That's funny. Alright, I will be back shortly-ish. I'm going to wander outside first before I cut, because there might be something interesting outside. We'll take a look. Unless it's just Kim hanging around, in which case, we'll be right back. I need to turn the music back on, actually. Also, something I should do. Alright. Kim, you're here. Good morning.
Yes?
Nothing. Alright, I'll be back as soon as we open the door. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so after literally countless attempts to try and get in there, we're just gonna fail it. We'll just do the fail one, and that'll be it. You rattle the handle a bit, then push on the door with all your weight. It does not budge. Not only is it locked, it is also jammed shut. Huh, the door's shut tight. How can we get in there? The lieutenant shrugs. We don't get in there. Come on. We even got into the light bending guy's container, but you're saying we can't get in here? Frankly, you're just going to have to accept the fact that you can't get through every single door. No, we've gotten into every door thus far. That's what we do. We open doors. We're cops. That's our perk. Even Everard knows that's part of our MO. But that's not who I am. Actually, but that's who I am. Who we are. Yeah, I understand you. I like opening doors as much as the next guy, but this one is simply beyond repair, and we don't have the resources needed to open it. Relax. No one's hiding in there. If we can't open the door, others can't either, and thus they can't get in. He looks at the door with a ruthless smile. At least you can think about opening it, about doors in general. They are, after all, fundamental to your life. Perhaps something useful will come from this. We do get a thought from that. I did waste 2 points on interfacing, but that's just fine. What is one more door? It gives half-life, actually. What is behind it? It's a 45-minute one. It's jamais vu. Ooh, this is an important one apparently. Let's internalize this one. Oh, we unlocked the slot. Fine, whatever. Confirm. Jamais vu. Derealization. That'll be our last thought, I guess. Also, we have Wasteland of Reality that's still not quite done, but soon. I hope. Alright, let's continue on our way. There is one more door we're going to try and get into in this video. I spent like literally, I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I've watched 2 full episodes, just endlessly doing attempts on the door. Didn't succeed, even with 8% chance, after I made myself give 2 points into interfacing. So, needless to say, we aren't going to get it. And also, then I looked it up and realized that even if you succeed, you don't succeed. You literally can't open that door. It is unopenable. It even tells you it's unopenable, but I thought maybe if we made that impossible roll, it would open and there'd be something cool there. I was incorrect. Anyways, I'll be back once we open up the door to the back rooms of the Whirling in Rags. That one should, in theory, be doable. It is a repeatable one, so chances are it is one that you can actually at least succeed in, so we'll see how that goes. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. So, we do have another way of getting into the blue door, not the unopenable door, but the one upstairs. We couldn't actually do the check, it's still locked, because we can't put any more points into physical instrument, so That's where we're at on that one. We do have perception though, so I'm going to try it. We did fail though, so let's try again. We gotta make sure it actually works. Because there are keys there that we can get. Had to look this one up, because I couldn't figure out how to open that door. Because we couldn't unlock the point. Please tell me we're not all the way back. Oh. Should have probably saved before trying the window, but that's okay. We'll save when we go downstairs this time. Yeah. Alright. I don't understand why this room is its own area, why it needed to have its own exit points. I'm sure maybe something later in the game is there or something, but currently it's just sort of an irritation that you have to go from outside to the one room to inside. Adding another layer of loading screens. Luckily this is on an SSD and loads pretty fast, so it's not the worst in the world. Come on. Once we get this door though, we'll be in pretty good shape. Let's save. Wait, hit this little thing. We see hawthorn bushes outside. Alright, perception check again. Here we go. That's better. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence. Someone's hid a key in the bush. I point to the window. Huh? The big guy looks behind him. Can you let me slide by so I can grab the thing? I don't know about that. The tattooed man yawns and settles more comfortably on the bench. I'm comfortable here. I don't think any sliding would really help right now. Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The hawthorn's got a bitch of a bite. I'm going to enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there. With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch and slides it across the table to you. Take the key. The key is brass. Workshop. Spare is etched to its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence. Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in? I'm tired of listening to your shit. Thank you, I nod to the old man. Don't thank me. The old man takes out his pack of chewing tobacco. I don't give two shits about your key. Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the Union Box window? Didn't even know it was there. The man looks at the key in your hand and then around the room. Boys? No idea. Never seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place. I wonder what door it opens. It could open the door in the kitchen, the blue door. He looks at the key in your hand. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there. It's worth a try. Maybe this is somehow connected to Ruby getting to the roof. Your secret route theory? He shakes his head. You're grasping for straws, cob man. Why'd she put it back if it's hers? A little wisdom from old Titus. Not everything is connected to one thing. Keys just lie around. It's a messy world. It's said without aggression as genuine advice. Alright, let's go open this door finally. We found the key. It's time. It's only been 800 years. Try the door. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn after all these years, but then the lock clicks. The darkness before you smells like engine grease and cut wood. Finally. I'm going in. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. This pinball is white Diora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. All these mesmerizing machines just waiting to be plugged in and played. I run my fingers across the dust of the white Diora machine. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment, the lights illuminating the white-robed woman. What is white Diora? Some kind of, he looks around thinking, inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. History themes are the worst. Diora was one of those 3 crown cities of the DeLorean era on the Mundi Isla, the other being Ria Silvia and Advespira Sit. This theme is all about early airships and beautiful, sad, pearl-laden women. It's quite nice, actually. Lieutenant grimaces looking at the machines. Sounds like you don't like pinball, Kim. No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on. He doesn't. What about the other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? Want to play that? No. How about we fire up one of these bad boys and play some ball? You can't fire them up. They're broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball. He looks away. What a dumb name, the Royalist pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Kitsuragi. Kim Pinball Kitsuragi. Kim Pinball Kitsuragi, aka Kimball. Exactly, that's what he's known as. His reputation precedes him. You're Kim Pinball Kitsuragi. So now he remembers. He looks at you in the silence of the workshop, then takes off his glasses and cleans them. Fine, I'm Kim Pinball Kitsuragi. He puts them back on, aka the Kimball. You remembered, congratulations. You don't really seem to like pinball. No human being should. It's a game that requires no skill and a childlike affinity to flashing lights and to fantastic science fiction and historic romance franchises. It is lame. Then why are you called Pinball? I am not called Pinball. It was used to taunt me a long time ago, before I became a homicide detective and got my lieutenancy. How did you... He puts back his glasses, or he puts on his glasses again. Fine, I was a juvenile police officer for over 15 years. That's how I started in the RCM. Once I had to infiltrate a pinball ring, as you do when you're a juvie cop. Okay. It was not okay. I needed to become a pinball champion. He shudders. I trained for 9 months. The job was successful and I was moved out of the juvenile wing to homicide. End of story. You were a juvie cop for 15 years? The time is over now. He looks at the pinball machine and breathes in. I was already a 38-year-old man, as unbecoming as was playing pinball. So that's why he doesn't want to talk to Kuno. Trauma and stressor disorder from being a juvie cop. So wait, that's why you didn't want to talk to Kuno. It's best if you handle the juvenile delinquents, he nods. Don't worry, I'll keep calling you Kim. Lieutenant Kitsuragi is good too, he nods. Now, we really need to continue our sweep of what appears to be a secret path through the whirling. NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. Alright, well there's a door. Let's go find out what's in the door. This elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The lattice cage is open, inviting you to step inside. I look in. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes against the ceiling. There's a control panel to your right, and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th of July, 88. It says last maintenance was in 88. That it does, Lieutenant peeks in. I say let's brave it. 88. This elevator was maintained a long time ago. At the end of the last century, he nods. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5. It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic. I wonder what the elevator is used for. Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint. He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Look at the controls. There are large rectangular buttons, monte, descendre, and an international call for emergency button. The third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Konigsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago. Close the doors, go up. Did we make it? Did we die? Oh my god, there's an office here. That's why there's an extra area here. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. There's also a drawer. With a jacket, empathy, and hand-eye coordination. Nice. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted. So this is where they brought faulty pinball machines to fix them up a long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around in the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf. Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machines at some point. He agrees. At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. This used to be a pinball workshop. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over. He taps his foot. A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen the Hardys bang away at it. But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection. Could this mean the whirling in rags really is part of the doomed commercial area? If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He looks around. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy. Stupid superstition, but still, it'd be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. Ugh. There are boot prints, though. You can clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpot. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. These, unlike everything else here, are new. Someone's been here within the last week or 2. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. Could easily have been 1 week, 2. You know, officer? He looks at you. This is so good it makes him forget the whole Kimball memory. This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where this door leads. Commendable work bringing us up to this place. Let's have a closer look then. Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. The sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles left a pattern, uniform horizontal lines. This print is unlike one left by a regular work boot. It is not a brand sole with logos on it. It seems custom-made or old-fashioned. This print doesn't look like the odd-soled print we found at the hanging, Kim. He inspects the tracks closer. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person. This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it? No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print? Hard to say. Still a boot, though. Okay, what's it mean? It means someone snuck through what seems to be a secret route leading to the roof from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant. These prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. Let's move on. There's a button here or something. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere. I think I can see into Classia's bedroom from here. He leads closer to inspect the people. You can barely see through. Better not jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, he points to the marks nearby on the floor. Definitely suspicious. Boring footprints. I want to jump to sensationalist conclusions. What were those people doing in there? You lean closer to the people instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural in there. Sensationally unnatural. I finished the thought, I guess. This is the barred door you tried to kick in before. Unbar the door. And now we can leave. I wonder if Claudia will talk about it now. Possibly. I guess we'll find out very soon. We should save first in case she has weird checks, like any red ones that'll pop up. Sometimes I do. Nope.
Hello, office.
She doesn't seem to care about the door being open. Alright, well, we did the door thing. We also gained another level. We have 3 skill points remaining, I think. I think there's 3. Or no, maybe it's only 2 now, because we did use one to open a thought. We have 2 skill points currently. How is our thought coming along, by the way? We should check on that one. This one's pretty close. Remaining 5 hours and 51 minutes. It's very hard to get that one done. It's a very long one. The Wasteland of Reality takes forever. Our other one will actually finish first. But that's okay. Let's go take a look and see if the Hardys have anything to say about it. But otherwise, I think we're ready to go. If we look at our quest log, like we'll look for Ruby on the coast, the Doom Hostel we need to talk to, Gart. I have no idea where to find all these figurines. And we need to check the island for bullet traces, but I don't know how to get to the island. And no one will talk to us about the tattoos or the armor, so I have no idea what to do about that. We're not drinking the booze. And we talked to Joyce a bunch of times, but apparently, like, she won't continue to talk to us about the investigation, so I don't really know what to do about that either. For now, though, we do have a look for Ruby on the coast and the Doom Hostel, so we're going to call it here. You know what? Let's make this video a tiny bit longer. We'll go talk to Gart first, and then we'll go find Ruby in the next video. I think we're closing in sort of on the end of the game, possibly. It's been a really good game so far. I really have enjoyed it. I'm going to save. I'm probably going to tell him about that this place is cursed, because that sounds fun.
The smallest church in Sansean, right?
The cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the song. Yes, the church is actually my life. Cool. He really does sound like he thinks it's a little cool. Now what can I do for you? Guard, I saw another thing at the whirling. Another thing, great, I love those. Guard, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay, well, he controls his excitement well. I did hear you make a noise back there, so good for you. He's really holding himself back here. Takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously he's been waiting to know what's behind the door. Aren't you going to ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Pinball machines. A pinball workshop. Huh, I knew it. I always wondered where those machines by the door came from, and they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean? Why, do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. No, I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If you found pinball machines back there. He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make off one. I feel capitalist plot coming up. Capitalist plot, he rolls his eyes. The pinball we have in the corner now is broken. I want to diversify the entertainment options. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. You should still know. You have to be forewarned with these things. I have to warn you, I may have discovered that the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. What? He looks mildly startled. Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing. So he knows about the doomed commercial area and his address. He's thought about this. The whirling is adjacent to them, and there's also the pinball workshop. The whirling hasn't always been a hostel. Obviously it hasn't. He makes a sweeping gesture with his arms. Look at the pre-revolutionary tile work. This is an old, proud building. So what if there's a little pinball hall here before? For 14 years, man, that's how long I've worked here. I kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me if some doom ghost, he steadies his voice. He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him. You really care about the whirling, huh? Yeah, he sighs. It's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it is part of the damned, doomed commercial area. You shouldn't be so worried about that label, you know? The doomed hostel? That's their task. I don't much place stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay at a doomed hostel? Everything's doomed enough without it. What about those other cafeterias you manage? What about them? He shrugs. One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. Can't tell you how sick I am of Krasmazov and Ignis Nilsson and all those old ghosts. He's hesitating. Not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him. And the others? The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its own way, but nothing like the whirling. Who owns this place? Some real estate management company. They never come around here. Just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved. And who named it the Whirling in Rags? Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company. It was you? You look surprised. What? It's a great name. I know. Cafeteria managers come up with some great names too. It's from a song. A song? Hail Holy Queen by the Ateniers. Hail Holy Queen of the Sea, he quotes. You're whirling in rags. You're vast and you're sad. Good pick, the lieutenant nods. Well, good luck to you with this place then. Conclude. Luck has nothing to do with it. He looks to where the hidden room is. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. Against the doom, it's implied. So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment, or can we, wrap it up? Guard, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. But there may be something impertinent to the investigation in the kitchen. He rolls his eyes. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with? He changes his mind. Okay, fine. The kitchen is closed until 1300 because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that if you must. There's a peephole in the wall. He startles. What wall? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Clausia's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines. I'll have it fixed at once, thanks for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests. The color has drained from his face. What a shame to fix such a good peephole. Couldn't you keep the hole there? What if there's some hottie staying in the room? Absolutely not, that'd be idiotic. I have no idea why you're even saying this right now. In your defense, neither do I. Alright, are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests? Absolutely not, he breathes in and out. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me, and it wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was. Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger this business like that. Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered. Yes, I absolutely will. He calms his breathing. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day, and now a hole in the wall. Alright, you've been notified. Thank you, I'll patch it up personally. Was there anything else about the establishment? I hope not. Nope. And that's going to be it. We're going to call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you all next time. Take care.